5 stocks I refuse to touch. I refuse to invest in these 5 particular companies. And these companies actually right now are all doing really well. The majority of these companies I'm going to mention today have tons of profits coming in, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in profit. So I didn't just like go through some stocks and like pick some ones that are like nearly bankrupt and like, oh, I won't touch those. That's so obvious. I'm picking names that a lot of these companies are actually doing pretty well right now. But when I look out over the long-term landscape, the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, I'm looking at these 5 companies either not even being in business or their businesses being extremely weakened compared to where they're at. And a lot of times it's because of the decisions that CEOs have made with these companies to not address some of the issues, guys. So I hope you really enjoy this. I hope you get a ton of value out of it. I hope you learn a lot about my thought process in regards to these 5 companies, guys. All right, the first one up here, the big dog number 1 that I refuse to invest in is good old Walmart. Walmart, the invincible retailer, the beast of the beast, right? Still the biggest retailer in the world as of right now. Still the biggest retailer in the world in terms of revenue and in terms of profitability. The biggest in the world currently, right? Walmart, I see this company as is just the path they're going down, I think is just going to get worse and worse. We know people in their preference as far as shopping is moving online. This has been going on for 5-10 years now, and it is just getting to a bigger and bigger place, okay? Walmart has not focused nearly hard enough, in my opinion, on online. And it's not just my opinion. Look at Walmart's numbers, okay? Walmart just in the last quarter reported around 23% growth in online sales. That is horrible from where they need to be. They are lagging Amazon so bad right now in the online space. Their numbers need to be up 50, 60, 70% because they are playing from such a far place behind Amazon right now. And what Walmart has done, by the way, there's a lot of accusations right now that have come out from one of Walmart's old vice presidents. If you guys don't know, just actually in the news today, some information came out that he claims that Walmart was basically screwing over third-party vendors and they were basically not giving them the right fees they deserved and things like that. So many bad moves there. But this is a company that has not focused. Where's Walmart's focus been? Let's build more physical retail stores. Okay, physical retail stores are the last war. That's not the next war. That's the last war, okay? Walmart, you already won that game. That game's over, okay? But they want to do it because it's still profitable right now. So they're like, oh, this store is going to cost us $15 million to build. We can probably make, $5 million profit per year from this store. Let's go ahead and build this store. It's a great idea. That's where they're funneling their money. They're also funneling their money into dividends and share repurchases. While Amazon, what is Amazon doing with their money? They're funneling it all into pricing to get pricing advantages. They're funneling into distribution, and they're funneling into acquisitions of other companies that actually make sense. And I actually feel like Amazon's acquiring these companies because they literally think it's going to help them long term in a big way. We just saw them pick up Ring for about $1 billion. These are moves that don't just like make numbers look better, which I feel Walmart is when Walmart makes moves, they make a move just to make the numbers seem like they're better. They picked up Jet.com, not really because they even care to really grow that business. They picked that up because they knew it would give them at least a year of great online sales numbers. You buy Jet.com and then your online sales look great for a year. And they did. They look like, oh, they're growing at 60+%. Now all of a sudden that year is over and now all of a sudden they drop to a 23% or whatever. And that could even go lower, guys. They're in a big problem here because they have not been focused on the online game. And you could say, well, maybe they're trying to get focused now. It's too late. They should have been focused on this game 5-10 years ago. To all of a sudden start taking online seriously like in the past year, it's not enough, guys. It's not enough and is not going to save them against the mighty Amazon. And Amazon will destroy this company and it'll be another retailer, just another retailer that we said was invincible and then they end up getting beat, So anyways, the next one up here is Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company, oh my goodness. You know, and Walmart, this is not the first time I've spoken against Walmart. I did so about a year and a half ago or so. This is not the first time I've spoken against Ford. Ford's another company. I'm not just against Ford. I'm really like, I see a lot of automakers that are going to be going out of business over the next 5-10 years. And the next time we have a recession, that's when it's going to happen in a major way. A company like Ford has not been focused nearly enough on electric vehicles. Ford has let Tesla get out 5 to 10 years in front of them. This should never have happened, guys. Ford has all this money, all these profits, all this know-how, and they have let Tesla, and it's not just Ford, GM, all these guys, they've let Tesla get 5 to 10 years out in front as far as development. The issues Tesla's going through right now, these big dog auto manufacturers, they're going to be going through those issues 5 to 10 years from now when they're just trying to really start figuring this stuff out for real. They have let Tesla get, it literally reminds me just of what happened in the smartphones, right? You had companies like Nokia and BlackBerry that were dominating at that time, right? And they let Apple come in and get a 5-year, run on all those guys. And that's why Nokia ended up not being able to even get close to winning the smartphone war, and they ended up losing completely. BlackBerry, it was the same deal. But now BlackBerry doesn't even make phones, right? And they were dominant at that time. Nokia and BlackBerry were dominant, and they let Apple come in and get a 5+ year advantage on the tech side, and they never were able to catch up. It's the same exact thing that has happened here with Tesla. These automakers with all these profits have decided to use the profits elsewhere. They have let Tesla literally get a 5 to 10 year advantage of it, and the proof will be in the pudding. The numbers are really going to start to show in about a year to a year and a half from now, and everybody's going to go, whoa, look at these numbers Tesla's now putting up, and look at these numbers dropping for the other auto manufacturers, and wait till we have the next recession. That's when the water is going to drain out and everybody without pants on, which is going to be the majority of these auto manufacturers, it's going to get shown, guys, and it is going to be an ugly, ugly scene, and we're going to have mass consolidation between automakers. We're going to have automakers buying other automakers for garbage prices and things like that, and people just trying to team up to try to fight out Tesla. Good luck to these auto manufacturers, guys. Good luck to them. Ford is another one. The next one down here is number 3 is good old Sirius XM radio. Sirius XM. At one time, people thought this was going to be the future and whatnot, and this was a future like radio play and whatnot. This is a name that, in my opinion, is going to be in a lot of trouble. We see more and more people going to subscription type services, okay? Spotify's, Apple Music, Google Music, all these type of services, right? We see more and more of them going that way route rather than, a Sirius XM. So if they're going premium experience, I don't know anybody that is like, oh, let me go premium experience with a Sirius XM. They are tied in with a lot of auto manufacturers right now. So a lot of times you'll buy, I just bought a new car recently, right? And what did they do? They said, oh, you'll get a year free of Sirius XM. And they're hoping that, people get that free year and they go ahead and renew, okay, for another $50 next year, $100 or whatever it is. That is what they're banking on. But I can tell you they're in the wrong business. Streaming is the future and the now. Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, these things are going to dominate. Sirius XM, I just don't see it being a space, and I see it being a situation where some of the exclusive content that Sirius XM has right now, right, that is like the thing that I guess you would want Sirius XM for, some of the exclusive like news talk shows and things like that. A lot of those creators, where are they going to end up going? They're going to end up going to Apple, they're going to end up going to Spotify, Google Music, some of these other ones, because these guys are trying to win a bigger war, right? So they're going to pay money. If they need to pay, $5 million for a talk show per year, $10 million for one that was exclusive content on Sirius XM, they're going to end up doing that, guys. So Sirius XM, not a name I like at all. The number 4 one is Yum Brands. Have you ever heard of Yum Brands? Well, they're a huge fast food restaurant chain. They own businesses like Taco Bell, they own KFC, Pizza Hut, a lot of these different brands, right? Yum Brands, the issue I see is, one, we got more and more competition in the food space than ever before. I mean, you can't drive anywhere without there being, new fast food places almost everywhere, right? More quick serve places. It's just been crazy over the last 5 to 10 years how many new, restaurant chains and fast food chains have come out of the, the woodworks and whatnot. Whereas Taco Bell and KFC, those are kind of like, the places you went. Also, on top of more competition, these ones also have a big issue with they pay a lot of their employees minimum wage or near minimum wage. Where are wages going right now? Up. Pretty much state after state in the United States of America is going up drastically as far as the wages, okay? So that is a very bad sign. Also, with the strengthening economy, what ends up happening, that raises wages even more because you're trying to fight for a worker that might have worked at Taco Bell, might end up going and working at that construction site instead and getting a job there or doing something there, right? So those are the issues this one has, and it's been a company that internationally has kind of held the company together as far as making the numbers look good. I think that's going to really start to slow. Then you got the minimum wage, and then you got just more and more competition in this space. I don't see this one being a good name long term. I mean, Taco Bell, KFC, I think those are like brands that might have been strong, 10, 20 years ago. I don't think they're nearly as strong nowadays. And the last one here is good old Best Buy. Best Buy. This one has done a good job fighting. A lot of people thought, oh, Best Buy, they might already be dead at this point. They've done a very good job of fighting off the almighty Amazon and pretty much anybody that sells electronics, Walmart and Target. They've done a pretty good job. The issue with Best Buy is pricing, okay? They sell a lot of commodity products, okay? If I want to go buy a new Mac, okay? If I want to go buy a new Mac computer, I could go buy it at Best Buy, or I could look at it on Amazon, or I could look at it on eBay, because eBay, a lot of times on electronics, they actually beat everybody's price. I can go on eBay, I can go on, B&H Photo. B&H Photo has some phenomenal deals, and a lot of times you don't even pay like taxes on it or shipping fees at B&H Photo. Sometimes they got the best deals. And so I look at a name like Best Buy, and they've done a good job with managing the business and kind of getting it to thrive for a little bit longer and with a stronger economy. But this is one I see folding the next time we have a real recession in this country, because one, electronic sales will drop. Two, on top of that, people, what happens in a recession? They're going to go and they're going to say, okay, all of a sudden now that extra $50 I might have spent at Best Buy before, or extra $100 on this product, now I'm going to look online and see what my best offer is there, and they're going to go ahead and take that. Best Buy is a company I see the next time we have a major recession going actually out of business. And like I said, all these companies I think are going to get hit in a major way. Probably the most surprising to people is probably Walmart. They've just not been focused on what they should have been focused on online, and it is going to really start to show in the numbers over the next few years. And once it starts to weaken, it's going to get really ugly for Walmart, because we've seen with retailer after retailer, they go from making tons of profits, and as soon as they start to go down, they cut staffing, and then that just snowballs into worse things, right? The business just being even run worse than it already was. And then the next thing you know, they're losing money. Next thing you know, they're losing $1 billion, $5 billion, $10 billion. Next thing you know, they're filing, for bankruptcy and whatnot. So we'll see how they fight it out, but I don't see it being a good future for them. They just haven't been focused. But anyways, let me know about these five. Which of these five do you guys think is the most likely to, let's say, go bankrupt? Let's say fully go bankrupt. Not just the stock goes down substantially over the next 3, 5, 10 years, but literally go bankrupt. Which one of these do you think is the most likely to go bankrupt? Which one of these do you think is the least likely to go bankrupt in the next 3, 5, 10 years? I would love to kind of hear from you guys as far as that goes. But anyways, thank you for watching and have a great day.